Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp. Today we're going to do part 3 of our favourite games for each genre. So we have got... Are we ready?
Shmups?
Yep.
Oh, simulation games?
Yep. We have got first person shooters,
Point and clicks?
point and click games, and roguelites. There we go.
Booyah!
That was alright, wasn't it?
Let's get into the list.
Nice one.
First up then we have Glenn's favourite genre probably, or one of your favourite
One of them,
genres.
Sure, yep.
That is
The shoot 'em up genre.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, as you say, there are so many good ones on the Switch. This is...
what I say.
well, you don't say it, but this is a genre that is so well represented. Mine, I think, on balance, is probably Blazing Star, which is a hamster release, so it's quite cheap, it's about £6, $7, whatever, and it's from Neo Geo, from the Neo Geo console. But the reason I like it is because, for me, the difficulty for my skill level is bang on. Do you know
Very
what I
low,
mean?
yeah?
Have you seen this fella play a shoot 'em up? Have a day off for you. It's matched to my skill level, is what I'm saying. So, I also like it because it's a horizontal shooter.
Okay.
And I prefer those over vertical. I like the art style. It's a little bit dated now, but it still looks quite cool. The one thing that's quite annoying is the lady that constantly shouts the word bonus every time you pick up an item. That's a bit annoying, but it adds to the charm, I suppose.
Okay, my choice then, as a connoisseur of shmups, don't laugh. Alright, he introduced me to it, whatever. Is Raiden 5, and it's a really cool game, isn't it?
It's very good, yeah.
I actually played through a good chunk of this one with my daughter, and she liked it. It's quite accessible. Like it's not the trickiest as you start, but it gets brutal.
Oh, it's hideous towards
it's
the end.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but yeah, it does start
It lulled me.
quite well, yeah.
Definitely. Really good game. Yeah, this is the vertical style shmup, as he likes the...
Yeah, I prefer horizontal, as I said, but no, Raiden 5's a great game. Very good shooter.
Great choice, you would say.
I would. If it weren't the only one you've played ever, then it would have had a bit more weight, but...
Get lost.
Right, next one then we have point and click games. Now, having just dug you out completely about shoot 'em ups, you can do the same to me now, because I don't play many of these, and I know this is your favourite genre, so what have you got?
What haven't I got? But no, I'm in a toss-up here between Thimbleweed Park, which I know you're likely to choose because it's the only one you play, and Broken Age, which is also amazing. And then there's about 7 in the middle as well that most people haven't played on the Switch, like Detective Gallo, which is an incredible game. I think I'm going to go for Broken Age, just because it was a weird game. When I first played it, it had such a weight of expectation, because everyone was thinking, oh, well, you've got the pedigree of your Monkey Islands and things like that. This needs to be the best game ever. And it can never meet that weight of hype.
Yeah.
Do you know, it can't. But regardless, they stepped away from the visual style that everyone was used to. They stepped away from a lot of things, and they did it really well. Now, Thimbleweed Park, is that your one?
No, it's not.
Oh, there you go. All right. Because Thimbleweed Park, in some ways, is a bit more safe, because it's got the same style, the same UI.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Looks
But it
very
is an
similar,
amazing game.
Yeah.
So either of those, but I'll say Broken Age.
Lavina?
What is it, girl?
So why don't we just fight Mog Chothra?
Silence!
Yeah, mine would be Troberbrook. I liked the humour, and we've said before about point and clicks, it's kind of what they go to, isn't it? They go for the humour angle. This one did it very well. It's set in Germany. It's like an alternate reality. I can't think the time period, and I think it's the 80s, I can't remember.
It was
70s?
I put it in my videos, didn't
Yeah, it was recently in there, wasn't it? I just really enjoyed this game. I liked the art style as well. It was hand built, wasn't it?
Yeah,
All the
they're
sets were
sets,
hand built. They looked lovely. Really looked quite stunning, actually. And I just enjoyed the humour of it. The only other one, really major one that I've played, is Siberia on the Switch, which obviously is an old game, very clunky, but still enjoyable. But
Just was overpriced, wasn't it?
Yeah, very overpriced. But yeah, I'd go for Troberbrook.
Next up then, we've got simulation games. So that could include like your theme hospital styles, your farming games, whatever.
Okay, mine then, having just mentioned it, would be 2 Point Hospital, new release on the Switch.
Great game.
Very much like Theme Hospital, made by some of the same people. We reviewed it very recently. It's just as soon as you kick it, so if you've played Theme Hospital in the past, as soon as you turn it on, you get that nostalgic kick. And it's got all the same tropes that game had, that same addictive gameplay loop. Very
Patience are reminded to be patient.
It's even got the tannoy lady, but it's also got, which is quite cool, like quite a good way to update it. It's got like a hospital DJ.
Nice.
So you've got the old tannoy lady, but then you've got him kicking in as well. Good game, very good game.
That's very cool.
Before bed, I reset the Hawthorne residence, hide my slippers, and warm.
I think my one is going to have to be Stardew Valley, and not just because everyone says it. Like this game, I found it really relaxing to play, and not many games, especially when you're trying to review titles, feel relaxing anymore, do they? You're kind of like this pressure to get it played. But regardless of that, even with that in my mind, it's just such a nice, chilled out game. You'd spend an hour fishing. Not for any real reason, you just do. Do you know what I mean? It's got lovely music, lovely art style. There's a reason it's so popular. So my one is going to be Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I haven't played much of that one. I do own it, but I'll tell you a farming game I used to love was Friends of Mineral Town, which was a Harvest Moon game. And I'd
never heard of it.
No, but I'd never played a farm sim before, and I had the same sort of feeling for that way back when, as you've just mentioned for that one. So yeah, great stuff.
Final genre, and one that's absolutely massive on the Switch, is roguelites.
Yeah. And mine, it was very nearly Risk of Rain, which I've mentioned a
Brilliant
few times lately, but I think on balance I'm going to go for The Binding of Isaac.
Isaac!
Which we played, I mean, stupid amounts of.
Yeah.
Ridiculous amounts of when it first came out or when we first got the Switch. The one thing I would say, because we played so much of it in co-op, is you have one of you plays as Isaac and one plays as like a familiar, they're called, aren't they? Like little things that float about your head. I wish it had proper co-op, but it's still such a great game. The way you can go through and have different runs. One game's completely different from the next. You get a feeling very early on whether you've been stitched up or not, and you're going to have a crap run. But it's all part of the fun, isn't it?
It's all part of the fun. And on that note, we both thought the same about the co-op. But actually, on balance, it's one of those games where you've got to respond without actually looking at your character and having a slight difference in the way they look. In the end, I think when we got good at the game, was beneficial. Plus, one of them can float above obstacles, so you could use them, couldn't you?
The one thing I will say, Isaac controls the camera, and if you as Isaac move and you as the familiar don't, you get left behind.
You're screwed,
and that's a bit annoying, but it's a great game.
My one is a bit of a slightly unusual choice actually, and it probably could go in another genre down the line, and it's Everspace, which is a space-based roguelite. And this is really cool. You play as a clone, and essentially you piece together his story through every run. And I love it when games do that. I mentioned it in a recent video, I can't remember what one. But every time you do a run, you actually develop the story so it doesn't feel pointless.
That's good, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you gradually build up this story, and it's brilliantly done. I mean, I've completed that one. It's not the longest game ever, but it's one that you can keep going back to. It's also a game where the difficulty affects the reward. So if you want to play on an easier setting, great, but you're not going to get as good pickups.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I like
cool.
that. I think that's quite a sensible way of doing things first.
I just want to say, because it was both of our second choices, so I think it deserves at least an honourable mention, and that's Dead Cells.
Yeah.
Both of us nearly picked it.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's a great game as well.
Please let us know down in the comments what your favourite choices are.
Yeah, it's lovely to know. It's just great to read what other people like, how different someone's taste can be to someone else's. It's really very cool to know. Thank you to our patrons as always for your continued support. We've had a huge deluge of people joining lately, which is honestly, you have no idea how much it means to us. So
exactly that.
Thank you very much.
And we're about to hit 80,000 subs, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, you might think, oh, these guys seem just normal. Like, we genuinely are just normal blokes, aren't we? It's just normal.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. The numbers, when we do things like we do it by football stadiums.
Yeah.
How many could we fill now with subscribers? And when you start to see those stadiums, you think, dear me, like it used to be like Enfield Town's ground round the corner.
Can you imagine walking out the front door, there's 80,000 people?
It's crazy. Crazy.
I'd run back inside, wash my hands with soap. For all things Switch, all the time, keep it Switch up. Cheers, guys. See ya! What's the one where you play as the schlong? Do you remember? There's literally a spaceship that looks like a dong.
I do remember.
That's not why I
So it
liked
had
it.
the word finger in it. I know.
Yes,
that
it
much,
did.
but I can't remember what it's called. I didn't play it. It looked like absolute dog crap.
All right, it's out of order.
I didn't
It was a
even-
very funny game. Absolute dog crap. This.
You got Dan Maku, Ikaruga,
Yeah.
R-Type,
Uh-huh.
Raiden.
Uh-huh.
You're going to go for Super Finger.
Yes, Super One Finger Touch or something. Huh? That's up there, isn't it? In the Hall of Fame, isn't it?
It's top, mate.
Well, it has to
Top
be because it
dollar. Yeah,
quite literally
exactly.
points
Right up there.
at it. All right, my favourite shmup, as I'm a big shmup fan. What?
Go on then. What is it?
What's that game with the giant finger in it?
Oh, don't do the giant.
I
finger
like the
one.
giant finger game.
I don't know what it's called. I never played.
All
it.
right, fair enough. All right. I won't do the giant finger game then. It's out of order. I thought it was my favourite game.
No, if it's yours, then say it. It's fine.
Come one, come all.
Super Finger.
Yeah, something
Two
about
Turbo.
fingers. It was literally. Can I just make the name up? We put the real name on the screen. I love it that much. I don't know the name. Yeah.
Let me see what it says. Oh,
It's got my initials on it,
Nice. Just,
in case you were wondering. Were you?
I'm sure they were.
Were you wondering?
Me, no. Couldn't give a monkeys.